Hi guys, what's going on? Welcome back for a new video on XLM, yet another video on XLM. What are the latest news that's been happening with XLM? What can you expect to happen next? If you don't want to miss any of that juicy information, make sure you like this video, comment your thought down below, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Guys, let's not waste any more time and jump straight into the video. On a little side note, guys, make sure you check us out at ptgr.ag. It's the first link in the description. It greatly helps us out. Please make sure to book a free consultation call with one of our agents to get more information into cryptocurrencies. Let's not waste any more time and straight into the video. What's been happening with Stellar Lumen, guys? There's some juicy information. The first one is Danielle Dixon said in a recent interview, all funding of the Stellar Foundation comes from the sale of XLM. XLM is a security. Some XRP maxies think XLM gets clarity with the Ripple lawsuit. It does not. Stellar will be sued soon enough. So I think this is very much controversial. Now listen up. I may be wrong, but I think this comment is coming straight from someone that is a very big supporter of XRP and that is not liking what they're seeing with XLM because they're seeing a lot of utility and the fact that very much XLM is pretty much taking over, in my instance, over XRP. I think both of them cannot really be compared. Overall, it's important to mention because they both offer different services and I don't like comparison, but I do think that XLM has a lot to offer that XRP does not in the future. Now, that being said, Danielle is not 100% wrong in the fact that XLM could be considered a security if you see it that way, but I don't think that it did the mistake that XRP did with the fact that it's currently issued in an SEC filing for many reasons. But I don't want to spend too much time on XRP in this video, but it's worth noting that XLM could be under some heat with the fact that this is very much a possibility that could happen in the future. Now, I think that XRP was very much set as an example for other cryptocurrencies to not repeat mistakes. Just like you saw in the 2008 recession, you saw the Lehman Brothers going down, mainly as an example from the government to say, listen out, be careful with what you're doing. But many other banks were doing the same issue back in 2008. Yet you saw JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, these were bailed out and they didn't end up going down. And I think this is very much the same with what's happening with crypto right now. The fact that is XRP was pretty much a set example for other crypto projects to tell them, be careful with what you're doing. You're not illegitimate in the sense that you will be held accountable if you keep doing mistakes. Now, let's talk about what's been happening. Another one is when you hear even playing fields and financial inclusion from the BIS, IMF, WEF, just know that the code work for working poor. Don't buy the BS code words and lies. Invest in XRP, XDC, XLM like the banks are, then you won't have to worry about it. I think that this is a very good advice, guys. Why? Because a lot of people are not telling you and not deep diving into the utility behind this project. But if you're looking at XRP, XLM, and XDC, they have a lot to offer. And what I mean by that is there is utility backed up by the project, and as long as you're seeing what's being done behind these doors is the fact that banks have very much big involvement into these projects. And the reason is utility, and we'll talk about it, but I think that XLM has great momentum for these reasons. Another one is Stellar Development Foundation has partnered with African companies such as the Flutterwave and ClickPesa to facilitate business transaction on the continent. Again, guys, utility being shown on first hand. The fact that you're seeing these partnerships on a B2B base and the fact that it's solving a global issue at hand, which is African remittance payment, is what we like to see, right? Application listening to its community with the utility being XLM. So guys, this is very positive sentiment because it will bring adoption and it will bring mass traffic to the coin. Another one is change has come to payments. Stellar solution built to solve problems. The unbanked can now access the digital economy without needing to worry about market volatility relative to USDC. Stellar ain't playing games with you. It's the real utility. I've told you this for a very long time, but I think this is very, very much true, guys. The utility behind Stellar is no hidden story, guys. You just have to open your eyes, look behind what's it, and you can directly see that the utility is huge in terms of adoption for its users. Whether you're looking we talked about this, but all the partnership, for example, of MoneyGram, we've seen with African companies such as the Flutterwave, ClickPesa, but others such as also Circles, all of these have huge momentum because they will bring utility to its end users. Another one is totally fine to speculate here, especially in the Fed has so much ties with Ripple and Stellar. Will they ever use XRP? We don't know, but we can summarize a US CBDC, XRP, and XLM are the best position to do so, whether it's domestic payments or not. And I think this is very much true, and it will bring momentum to both XRP and XLM. Like I said, guys, these coins cannot be compared because they both solve different problems, and I think that XRP is very much tackling at B2B while XLM is focused on B2C. Even though it offers B2B as well, it's mainly focused on its P2P application. Let's focus on another news, guys. The $1 trillion quant gold rush is upon. Not many people are aware that eventually these quantum computers will be running our monetary system. You are a chosen one because, guys, XLM will directly be involved in this through the fact that of its application, but central banks have added a net 35 trillion to a global gold reserve. This is the second consecutive month of net buying. Central bank continues to stockpile. Now, this is very good and bad news because it shows that there is momentum for XLM in the long term. Another one is this one. It's important to remember that the life of a crypto investor is not always a funny road. You can see that what it's actually like to hold. You've got a lot of positive, negative sentiments that will drive the price downwards and upwards. In the end, what's important to know is that the line in the end is not a straight line, it's an uphill, and that's what's important, especially for XLM. I think that we have very much a lot of positive news that will drive the price forward in the long term. Now, guys, this is important to talk about also the ISO 222 crypto list. So far, the only two compatible cryptos are Ripple and Stellar Lumen. It's rumored that cryptos like others are also going to be compliant. However, guys, these are the only two at this far. This is what I've talked about, guys. You are not speculating. The fact that Stellar Lumen is already ISO 222 compliant is a huge beneficial factor for XLM and for the future of the coin in terms of utility it will be able to bring through regulation acceptance and the fact that it will be able to offer its users first-hand utility to its end users. Another one is might want to educate yourself if you have already as to what's coming with the CBDC, banking, and cross-payment. And this is very much true. We talked about the fact that the only two in the end are Ripple and Stellar Lumen, which are ISO compliant. Another one is using the non-custodial Bean app. My friend who's into Bitcoin could pay me with BTC, but the transaction was instant. At zero fee, the payment auto-converted to my favorite currency, XLM. The future of P2P crypto payment based is interoperable. And this is very much true, guys. You are seeing it from its user directly being used at first hand. The fact that you are able to do this in a fraction of payment when it would used to take so much time for a bank before to access transfers, for example, when you were doing remittance payment. Think of someone working in the Philippines working overseas in Europe, right? They're sending back their money to the Philippines. They're going to the bank. That only takes first you have to get to the bank, so that takes time. Then you have to make the payment. That also takes time because you go through hurdles that are very inefficient and time and costly, which basically all of these are tackled with the utility factor that XLM offers its P2P applications. This is very bullish momentum for XLM that will drive the price forward in the long term. Another one is XLM22 roadmap, MoneyGram, Robinhood, Flare Network, smart contracts. This is very big in terms of applications that are yet to come, guys, and we're only at the beginning of this rate toll. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is insane momentum for XLM. Another one is, guys, asset-backed digital currency, CBDC, plus ISO regulated network, plus metal commodities backing. These are huge momentum. If you look at it, basically what's going to happen is stablecoin is you're going to have a price of a cryptocurrencies that is pegged to a common such as the dollar, metal assets. But if you're looking at the ISO, you're looking that it's directly XinFin, which is XDC. It will be related to copper. XLM will be related to silver and XRP related to peg to gold, and these are all huge and very positive sentiment, because if this will take place and if this will actually be put in place, these will have huge momentum for the coin in the long term. So it's worth noting what's currently being put in place and what could be approved in the future, and this is very much a good position for XLM to place in the future, because it will bring mass adoption to the coin. Another one that's important to talk about is, yep guys, sucks, but the truth is, whether it's not or bad guys, saying it, don't forget your silver, probably going to be pricey soon. But it's very positive news, because guys, it's showing that utility is being backed up to it, and you are seeing finally authority accepting it and actually showing back on this matter, and it's overall very positive sentiment. Finally, the last news I want to talk to you is, I see your point, but XRP's downfall won't be because of the SEC lawsuit. It's because of Ripple and the awful centralized tokenomic structure. If anything, XLM is more likely to be the one. It isn't shielded or spoken about as much, but has a lot more going for it. And I think, guys, this is very much underseen, but it has so much potential. I think it's true that XRP, a lot of people are backing XRP, and I have nothing against XRP, but I think people don't realize that XLM has so much to offer and has so much potential in the long term. Now, it might be a disappointment to many that when you are seeing that it's being backed up by silver, not gold, and you're seeing, for instance, that XRP is taking the upper hand, but I think that XLM, guys, in the long term, has very much to offer, and it's only a matter of time before people realize the utility behind XLM and start hopping onto it. Mass adoption is near, guys, and I believe that we are in for a treat. So if you don't want to miss any future news with regards to XLM, make sure you like this video, comment your thought down below, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel, because it greatly helps us out. And make sure you check us out at ptgr.ag. I'll catch you in the next video. See you next time. Bye.